Thank you. So what's ahead for the next 24 hours and even beyond? Let's get to meteorologist Todd Gross again. Todd?
I bet I know what's on your mind, and that is, why are we still dealing with Sandy? Well, let me show you exactly why. 3 reasons to be exact. First of all, it moved backwards. It moved from east to west into the eastern United States. That's number 1. Number 2, it stalled. And number 3, look at the tremendous size. Extending from Nova Scotia westward all the way to the easternmost part of Wisconsin. That's over 1,000 miles of real estate that's being affected by this storm right now. Now, what's going to happen at this point is you see a couple of areas of snow, one over Michigan, one over West Virginia. But as we run down the next 24 hours and beyond, you'll see it's more than just snow that we'll be dealing with. First of all, New England is seeing a flourishing of some gusty, squally rains as the storm is not weakening at this hour. I expect it to weaken tomorrow and tomorrow night, but not right now. So we're seeing some real gusty rains and thunderstorms in New England. Secondly, the Great Lakes really starting to kick up now. Winds gusting to 30 to 40 miles an hour. The western flank of the storm, that's the same part of the storm that first moved in along the coastline yesterday. Now it's a weaker storm, but still affecting the Great Lakes. Number 3, the Ohio Valley. We've got a rain and snowstorm going on with 48 hours more snow to come. That puts it up near 4 feet of snow when all is said and done in some spots in eastern sections of West Virginia and western Maryland. And lastly, I know it sounds crazy, but remember, the long-range charts did peg this storm perfectly a week in advance. I'm not saying this is definitely going to happen, but there is a chance of snow, significant snow, in parts of the Northeast coming up on Election Day, believe it or not. So that's what we're watching in terms of both Sandy and another possible storm coming up Election Day in the week to come.
Boy, you are just a Mr. Popular guy, aren't you there, Todd?
Sorry about that.
You know, there are some aspects of Sandy that didn't work out. It came ashore much faster than anticipated. It picked up speed once it headed west there and has moved along. But yet the devastation, I think, is exceeding what people thought, because expectations were for great devastation because it was going to be a slow-moving storm.
But actually, if you think about it, a fast-moving storm brings the forward motion of the winds and the water with it. And just like the hurricane of 38, that tends to actually increase the devastation to the right-hand side of motion. And wouldn't you know it, New York City, Long Island is on the right-hand side of motion in this particular case. So, boom, we got hit very hard in the local metro area.
Yeah, it's been tough.
Todd Gross, thank you very much. Can you imagine snow on Election Day?
It's going to have an impact, definitely.
Absolutely it will.
If you're not a motivated voter, then you don't necessarily turn out. So there's going to be a lot of analysis of that. Markets tomorrow open, finally.
Tomorrow is going to be very, very interesting.
Yep.
You should stay tuned for our coverage of it tomorrow. Of course,